Hello, wonderful viewers. Today we're embarking on a journey through a fun location called the Thrift Store. It is located in Racine, Wisconsin. For nearly 6 decades, this gem has been more than just a thrift store. It's actually a beacon of generosity, and it supports education for Racine Lutheran High School. So let's go ahead and take a look around, see what we can find, because obviously we're out looking for things to go ahead and resale. But how fun is this to be able to give back not once, but twice? 58 years ago, volunteers opened up the very first thrift shop. It was a very simple yet profound goal, just to help keep the cost of private education accessible. Fast forward to today, and the impact and the accomplishments has truly rippled through generations. Then it's even continuing to build a difference in the lives of students today. So I love going to this thrift store. We have found some of the most amazing limited edition items. We once found, and this is sometimes these little thrift stores have some things that you'd be really surprised about. Like, we found a pair of vintage Harley-Davidson black leather chaps, and they were worth around $400. We ended up getting them for about $30. So again, great deal. The other things that we love to look for are some really old, fun holiday vintage tableware. My mom had a set very similar to the one I just picked up, and Aaron and I always look at all of the really old, intricate cups. A lot of the plate sets that they have there are true sets, which I think is cool. And we love it. You know, don't get me wrong, we love going to the bins. And if you haven't seen that video, we did record a video that I'll put at the end of this video, where we went to the Goodwill bins. And I shared 15 tips to help you get started if you've never been there before. If you have, it's a good video to watch too. Now, some of the other things that I love about this thrift store, now it really is called the Thrift Store, and it is located on Lathrop Avenue in Racine. So I'll put the address down below in the video if you're interested. But what I love is that they stock the floor daily. They have volunteers who are actually helping price and sort all the merchandise. And they do have limited hours, so if you are thinking of going there, make sure you check their website first. Now, when we go there, I mean, obviously you saw we were looking at shoes. I mean, the shoes, the most expensive pair we've ever seen there was around $6. We've gotten a bunch of pairs of cleats that we found, and then we were able to take those and take them to, you know, some of the Play It Again sports stores and turn those around as well. Now, one of the things that I was talking about that I love about this store is that they have a lot of fun vintage 80s and 90s items. And I kid you not, I think I have seen most of the dinnerware, bowls, plates, etc. that I had as a kid. But it's kind of fun to see that stuff again and have the opportunity to decide, you know, is it going to come back home with us again? And you can donate there as well, which I think is pretty cool. Now, again, this is one of those things, you know, if you've watched any of our videos, Aaron and I talk a lot about making sure that you know the audience that you're selling to. You know, places like this, you can go and get hooked on a bunch of stuff from when you were a kid, and then next thing you know, all that stuff is living in your basement, just like it lived in your parents' basement. But make sure that you know what you're selling, who you're selling to, who your consumers are. And I have to show you this guy, Aaron. He is the goofiest little thing. Aaron likes goofy Christmas stuff, and when he saw this, I was like, oh, look at these nice snowmen. And he's like, no, it's this one. Look at its little head. It's so tiny. All right, there you go. So what are you buying, Aaron?
Thank you, ladies.
Oh, you're welcome.
You have a great day.
There's your receipt.
Okay. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Hello.
What you got there?
I had to come back. I looked at them before and
Oh, that's cute. Where's
Right next to the thrift store, kind of kitty corner, follow these footsteps, that's what I'm doing. There's called the More of the Thrift Shop. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, More Thrift Shop. So basically they couldn't add on because they've had so much stuff that they actually purchased a second location. And what's fun about this is this one has more clothing for kids, toys. There's a lot of furniture in there. And the other thing I love is that they've divided out this area where there's all kinds of craft items. So if you're really into like sewing or crocheting, knitting, there is scrapbooking, card making. There is a whole section that's all it is. And it's 2 big rooms, and I love it. I have found, I am the owner of Jessica Lynn Original Studios as well. And there is a whole room of nothing but card making supplies, rubber stamps, all of that. And so for me, it's like, it's a great place for me to go in and get some additional items that I can use. This year for my Christmas cards, I had a photo printed, but we actually had purchased some stamps for the outside of the envelopes. So if you have kids, I would really suggest going here because a lot of the items are in great shape. See, like you can see there's some vintage furniture, some fun doors, Christmas tree, and then let's head back over here. Now, this was really funny. We went and looked at the toys in this section, and I'll tell you, sometimes we have found some great vintage items, and I'm floored. Like, it's a lot of fun to find those items and go on the hunt. But like I told you before, just be careful, because it's easy to want to buy a lot of it when you're out and about. Some of the stamp sets are in not great condition, but again, rubber stamps, as long as it's not that they used regular paint and everything like that, typically it's fine. Pricing wise, I found some really limited edition like Stamping Up sets that were really hard to find that had been donated, so way worth the look. And again, if it's just a cute image or something you're looking for, I mean, why not support them in their efforts? And I know that a lot of money that they use actually goes toward fundraisers and building up like scholarship money and stuff like that. And over the course of these stores, the thrift shops have donated and raised more than $4.6 million. I mean, that's crazy. That's a lot of money to help fund education. Now, when I go over here, I love this because I sew as well. And so they actually split it up now that there's like a sewing room and then there's other crafts in the other room. So there was lots of little remnants of fabric. There were sewing patterns, lots of vintage patterns. So if you're a theater group or a costume group looking for some vintage patterns, way worth it. And when I came around the corner, there was a whole thing of thimbles. And so I joked with Erin. I said, oh, this is a thimble of my love. And this lady, she laughed. And then she asked, are you guys YouTubers? And we're like, yes, we are. Did you want to say hi? So I'll put that video in here so you can see her saying hi to everybody as well.
I'm sorry.
Hi.
You can say hi, new subscriber. Yeah.
Also a vintage reseller.
There you go.
Here by day and vintage clothing reseller.
See, but that's how you
But
make friends when you
yes,
go to this stuff.
Follow us on Instagram.
There you go.
Cosners_classics.
Oh,
C-O-S-N-E-R.
say it again.
Cosners Classics. COSNERS_classics.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you. I'll stop.
Well, thank you for watching this quick video as we kind of wandered through a fun thrift store and learned a little bit of history about it. We do a lot of videos on going out and doing Ubers and DoorDash as well as eBay and thrifting. So be sure to subscribe and we'll see you all again very soon.